My coming out story. When I was about 11, I realized I was gay. How did I realize this, you ask? Well, one, me and all the other guys that were my age, there was about 2 of them. I used to hit on them all the time, and we didn't know what we were doing. And we would mess around. We were too young to know that it was sexual. We were just having fun. And then I found the image of a naked guy online. And I must say, that was the first time little Ryan Necra down there jumped to attention. As I grew up, that picture of that guy ended up being my downfall. My mom found it, along with all my other porn online. And that's how I came out to her. My dad. I wrote him a letter, and then I decided to leave the house and not come back that weekend just in case. And then I came back, and come to find out, he was completely fine with it, and he told me my grandpa was gay. From there, my sister found out, and while she's supportive of me, she doesn't like the idea that I wanted to do drag. Her first question was, are we going to have to tell the niece and the nephew how I'm no longer the uncle, I'm the aunt? Come to find out, my mom told my grandma as soon as she found out, and told my racist grandpa. I love my grandpa. He's a little bit on the racist side. And they both loved me. I never knew that my grandpa knew. He passed away. My grandma eventually told me one day that she knew. She was just waiting for me to tell her. Coming out to my friends, though, 2 of my friends found out I was gay, and they went skipping down the hallway at school and told everyone. So I didn't have a choice in that matter. How my family didn't find out after that, I don't know, because that was before my family found out.
So, I'm here to talk about my coming out story, to tell you guys how my coming out went. It was mixed. It was a bit sad and a bit happy at the same time. It was bad and it was good. I remember then when I discovered that I loved guys, I didn't know what that meant, and I went on Google and typed in, what does it mean if a boy loves boys? And I got a website with a lot of information, and on that website were also sad stories about gay people being punched in the face, bullied away from their houses. Family didn't want to talk to them anymore. And that made me feel really bad, and it made me feel like I will never tell them. I will date a girl and be normal. I won't be gay. So for a week I didn't talk, I didn't say anything. I was silenced. I couldn't say a word. Even if it wasn't about being gay, I couldn't say anything. After a week, my parents asked me, what is wrong with you? Why don't you talk? You hardly touch your food. What is wrong with you? Tell me. So I told them that I feel really bad, that I was kind of sick for the entire week. I didn't know what to do. And then they told me that whatever it is, just tell us. It could never be that bad that you can't talk about it. And then I cried and ran upstairs, and I didn't talk to them for the rest of that night. I sat in my room, went on Google again, but this time I didn't only read the bad stories, I also read the good stories about parents who did accept everything, and about parents who supported their child in their coming out. And I remembered one story that a boy my age told his parents that he was gay, and that his parents hugged him so tight and told him that they loved him no matter what. And that story touched me in my heart. I found out some famous Dutch people were gay, and my role model was gay, and then I just switched the button and I told my parents that I was gay, and my dad was a bit hard on it because he thought, well, no, I will not have grandchildren from you, I won't become grandpa and stuff like that. And my mother was like, I already knew, and I'm so happy for you that it's out and that you don't have to walk with it anymore. I remember one day after my coming out, my mom and I were into the city. We went shopping, and she saw me looking at a guy, and she told me, like, do you like him? And I was like, yeah, I do. He's kind of cute. He's amazing. And it was a guy I knew from school, and then my mom told me that if you do really like him and you want to spend more time with him, just ask. And well, that's when I found out that not every straight guy likes gay people, because he didn't want me to be close to him anymore. He didn't want to see me, and that was hard because we were at the same school, so I had to avoid him at any cost because I was afraid he was gonna hit me in the face. And well, he didn't, but he didn't turn out to be gay as well, so he's still straight. And I remember that so clearly because my mother told me that he was good looking, and since that day my mother and we always look at guys and tell each other like, he's cute, and we take some bets on each other like, he's gay, and then she says no, he's straight, and we have a lot of fun. We enjoy shopping together because we both like it. My mom always asks me to do her nails, to do her makeup, and we have a lot of fun. And I would just like to say that after my coming out, my life went better. It did, and I was so happy. So, hey, I'm gay and I'm proud. I think you should be too.
Hello, this is Jordan here, Jordan Nichols from Jordan's Corner, and this is my video response for National Coming Out Day. My coming out story. Well, I guess my coming out story isn't really that eventful or exciting. I came out as bisexual almost 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, sophomore year of college. Yeah, I think I've always known I was bisexual. I just don't think I really knew how to categorize it. I mean, under the queer umbrella, there's so many different terms, and I think when you find yourself attracted to women and attracted to men, a lot of the times when you're younger, you don't know how to classify it or what even that means. I don't think there's really a lot of bisexual role models out there. There's not really a lot of people unless you look. So it's really hard to like come out as bisexual and kind of figure out what that term means to you. It was fine with like family and friends. I came out to my family, my parents were fine with it. All my friends were very supportive. I mean, God forbid a lot of people knew. I think, honestly, for me, with my coming out story, the hardest part for me was more coming out to myself. I mean, it's one thing to have other people accept you, but I think to be comfortable within your own body and to come out to yourself is probably the hardest part. Because when you come out, you're basically coming out of your own closet, and you're making that first step and taking that courage to step out of the closet and basically live your life openly. It was really hard for me because I thought I'd be judged. I thought I'd be ridiculed for it. I thought people were not going to understand me. Definitely since I was bisexual, they wouldn't understand what that meant. But people were okay with it, and I really don't think I had anything to fear. I think accepting with myself, okay, well, if you come out of the closet, you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to be bisexual. There's no turning back from it. Are you ready to live your life open? And I said, yeah, I'm at the point where I'm ready to be true with myself and be comfortable with myself and live life as me and not carry around that burden on my shoulders anymore of whether or not I should come out and be happy with myself. I think a lot of the times, definitely people like me, when you struggle with anxiety and depression, I think it just makes it a lot harder to come out and go through that process. So I think for me, it was more of just building up the courage within myself to finally say, hey guys, I'm bisexual.
So this is the abridged version of my coming out story. I posted the full version on my main channel a while ago, so you can go check that out for sure. But basically the story has two parts. It starts in middle school. My parents and I had this discussion about whether I was or wasn't gay, and so they sent me to talk to my youth pastor to kind of try and sort things out, and basically it ended up being a reparative therapy session of sorts, a couple of sessions actually, that put a lot of internalized homophobia into my head, and it left me unable to come out for about 6 years. So all through high school, not able to come out. We moved forward to college, and I started to meet a lot more gay people. I joined some LGBT organizations. I went to the March on Washington. I went to an AIDS walk. I went to a gay club, and it just started to break down those barriers for me. And then finally, in the spring of my junior year, I was able to come out to my parents. My dad had come up to see me at college for the day, and we went out to lunch, and we were just talking about how things were going at school and back home, and then we got to the parking lot and he was going to drop me off, and we had that moment of, I have something to tell you. And all my life my parents had been telling me, you know, it's fine if you are, absolutely, you know, nothing's going to change between us, it doesn't matter to us, we love you anyway, we love you, you know, just in general, we love you. And so I told him, and of course that's exactly what happened. You know, they love me regardless of anything, and we enjoy a very nice relationship today. At the time, they didn't know what was going on in the sessions. They thought that I was just going to talk to my youth pastor, and in a very innocent way, and they didn't realize the damage it was doing. Of course, there's nothing we could do about that now, but you know, they accept me for who I am just fine today. So again, this is the very, very shortened version. The full version is on my main channel, so make sure to go check that out.
Hey guys, what's up? Katie, I'm 28. Came out of the closet when I was 15. My mom was really supportive about it. I lost some friends, lost some family. It's kind of difficult, but at the same time, it really wasn't too bad for me. I mean, for some of you, it's going to be a little bit harder, and I understand that it's, you know, it's a really difficult thing to do in the first place. I mean, you don't know where your head is, and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. But know this is the most important thing to remember, is if people really love you, they'll stick around.
To all of you guys out there and girls who are thinking about coming out of the closet or who are afraid about coming out of the closet, I want to tell you that not all parents are bad. Not all of them will be harsh on you. And yes, it's a big shock for them if you say that you're gay, but most of them will respect it. They will support you, and a lot of them will love you no matter what. If you think it's really hard to come out of the closet, think about all the people who came out of the closet and who have the best life they could ever ask for. Think about Lady Gaga, who supports the gay community, and a lot of other famous people around the world who support the gay community. I support all of you, and I am proud of being gay, and you should be proud too. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, bi, transgendered, or whatever. If you are happy, that's the only thing that counts. You should be happy with yourself, and you should not think about what people think of you. If you are gay, you are strong, because you have the hardest thing to tell your parents ever. And even though it's hard, you are strong enough to tell them. And you are strong enough to tell anyone that you are gay. And that's what makes you strong. And for all of those who do not accept you for being gay, just say to them that it's your life, not theirs. If they do not accept it, they should Google what it means to be gay. It's not a disease. And I wish all of you will come out of the closet, tell your parents, tell your friends and everyone what you are and that you're proud of it. And if it is really hard on you, try to tell a friend before you tell your parents and ask him or her to support you with your coming out. I do support all of you and I do love all of you. Think about that. Being gay is okay.
I guess my advice for people who are thinking about coming out or about to come out of the closet is that there are people out there who do love you. I mean, I know you see all the time on the news and you see a lot of people talk about these stories where people are kicked out of their house or people are ridiculed for being gay or bisexual or lesbian or transgender. But honestly, there are people out there who will love you and will accept you for who you are. And I think part of coming out is finding those people and surrounding yourself with those people who will love you. And you know what? If you come out and there's people who don't accept you, then who needs them? Go find the people who do love you, because those are the people who are important with your life, and those are the people who will stick with you before you came out of the closet, when you come out, and then 5 years down the road. Also, my advice would be that if you are coming out of the closet and you've just come out, just figure it out for yourself. Don't let anybody else label you. Figure out what your sexual identity means to you. I mean, if you're gay or lesbian, it's a little easier to figure that out, but if you're transgender or bisexual, a lot of the times it can get really complicated, and there's really not one term that describes you, and that's okay. I mean, you don't have to be defined by labels. You don't have to have other people decide, were you more into men? Are you more into women? Figure that out for yourself. You are the only person who can figure out your sexual identity. And also, just be happy with yourself. I mean, coming out of the closet, it should be a happy thing because you're basically accepting who you are and living openly for the rest of the world to see you. So be happy with yourself. Feel happy that you've taken that burden off of your shoulders. You're not hiding anymore. You don't have secrets. And that you can finally be yourself. Just find happiness, whether that be within yourself or finding somebody you love. Be happy with yourself, love yourself, and know that you matter.
A message to anyone that might be thinking about coming out today on National Coming Out Day, or coming out any other time. Make sure it's what you really want to do. Make sure the time is right. Make sure you got a backup plan. Make sure you got some kind of support system, even if it's people that are online that you don't know personally. Anyone that you've told at school, like friends or something, they can, if they accept it, can be part of the support system. You just want to make sure you have that support system before you come out to your family. And if you don't think it's a good idea to come out, wait until you're old enough to move out. And you got a backup plan on that portion, so if they don't accept you, you got places you can go. Other than that, happy coming out. That's really a lot less stressful once you're out. Oh, hey there. This is about what it looks like.